Okay, so tips and tricks for those two movements there. So we have one arm dumbbell alternative snatch. The tips and tricks are going to be different if you're doing it for fun or if you're doing it for performance. If you're doing it for fun, it's important to have your upper back engaged. So you don't want to round your back and then do that with a heavy weight or a considerable rate at very high speed for a lot of reps. You need to keep your weight on your heels to engage the posterior chain, and you also have to keep your knees out. So you don't want to have the knees in there and rounding your back there. There's a lot of people that are looking for those videos. Not everyone is at the same level. When you want to do it for performance, the performance is different for everyone as well, because some people will have shorter quads, shorter arms, and all these things. But basically it's to keep the dumbbell as close as your body as you can and to move it as fast as you can from ground to top, regarding the work capacity and the pace that you're going to be able to maintain, that's for sure. But here's some general tips there as for the dumbbell one arm snatch. The first one, you want to keep your dumbbell very close to your body, so you don't want to swing it very forward like that there. It's longer and it's more energy also. You want to keep it composed. So the dumbbell stay really close to Manon. That's it. And then finish directly over. That's it. So Manon is using her back, her hamstrings and her glutes. And then she could also bend her knees and keep her back up straight. Few people are doing it like that. Most of those people are shorter quad people and they're quad dominant. So they're bending their knees and they keep their back super straight. I'm not sure that Manon can do this. Okay, I will do it. I will do it. So those people will do it like this. Okay, so there is people that are doing it like this also. Okay, the fastest way of doing it is, for example, it's from A to B like this, using the strong posterior chain. And then the second movement is the burpee. So in the burpee, there's a lot of things to say. The first one is that you don't want to burn your tricep. So you want to drop on the floor, do one good one. Yeah. So the hips and the chest are touching the floor for sure. And then you don't want to hit the floor and lower yourself down, which would be a negative push-up, right? Go. That's it. That burns the tricep, and down the line after 90, non-stop, no break with another movement, that's a fail. The second thing that you want to do with the burpees is that you want to bounce on the floor ideally, and you don't want to have to start from dead hang every single rep. So it's kind of a bouncing option here that could be very interesting. So she hit it, and then she's bouncing with her rib cage back up and not going down, break at the bottom and pop back up. That's it. She will need to use her tricep or her back, and then down the line it creates fatigue, and that's not optimal as well. And then after, it's an important movement to set up your hands. So you're gonna see a lot of chalk everywhere, and this is okay. You're starting the training by putting your hands somewhere, and then that place is gonna be the spot to put your hands every single time, so your feet are in line with the dumbbells and you don't have a no rep because you're behind or in front. And also you don't need to think about the movement. If you need to think every single time where I need to put my hands, you lose your focus, and this is not optimal also. The goal being also always to put the fastest time, to do more work in the shortest amount of time, which is the science behind CrossFit there, the ID behind CrossFit.
For the burpees, I was always putting my feet in front of it, just to be sure that when I get down and back up again, I was really in front, and I just had to do this. So it was easier, not too much in front, not on the limit, really like in the middle of the handle.
Yeah.
So it was easier for me.
That's it. For the position of the feet and then which feet you bring forward first and things like that, there is a lot of different ways of seeing it. I've seen most of the very, very high pace time being two jump there. Okay, so two jump forward, two jump on the side, but there's a lot of very decent, very strong time also that are outside foot forward. So they go down like that here, outside foot. The other one is there and here, okay? So you're trying, it's important to have it mechanically It needs to become like a second nature, because if you start to think about the way you move your feet, so just do a few reps before and just make sure that it's dialed in and efficient, and then apply it accordingly to what you can do for your best time. It's a trap. This training is a trap for most of the people. If you're looking at very high level athletes and you try to replicate the speed they're doing, you're not gonna do well in that training. You need to know who you are in yourself and project that energy and those movements for 90 reps. It's at high intensity. Most of us will have to break in the very beginning, which is hard for the ego, but it's good at the very end because you can keep a decent pace, and then you want to push it on the last 9, ideally, so you can finish strong and you see that you gave 100% on that training and you didn't hit the wall, drag yourself, and be deceived about your performance. If that information was useful for you, please give us a like, a comment if you have other questions below there, and then subscribe to the channel if you'd like to have some more tips and tricks.